Here's a demonstration on how Centro works with Microsoft Teams and Salesforce to bring efficiencies to companies that use Microsoft Teams and Salesforce. First, we're going to start with our new lead channel. Here you can see I have a new lead from Tim Schultz, and I can go ahead and edit this lead directly from Microsoft Teams using this Edit Tim button here. So I have the full capabilities of editing from Salesforce directly from Microsoft Teams here. Additionally, I have some awesome custom buttons that allow me to make quick actions on these leads. If I go ahead and click the Contacted button, I get a pop-up here that asks me for my next steps. I can say left voicemail. And then you'll see that the record block updates as well as the data within Salesforce with Contacted. So you can see here, I have now, the status has now been contacted, and you can see that at the top, I've marked that this lead has been contacted here. So that allows you to really quickly address your leads as they come into your system. Next, on an opportunity, I'm starting within Salesforce. So this can be done through automation or through the manual create or link button. Here I'm going to create a chat for this opportunity. I can invite members to this chat that I need to have be involved in this conversation. And when I click the Create button, I'm going to create a new chat within Microsoft Teams that is linked directly to this opportunity. So from here, I can message users in Microsoft Teams, and I can use the @mention to @mention those users. Now, seeing what that looks like on the Microsoft Teams side, you can see my opportunity chat channel directly here. Again, I have the full edit capability directly within Microsoft Teams. So I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of updates. I'm going to go ahead and change the amount and the stage. And I'm going to click Save. So again, we're going to see these reflected directly in Salesforce. But additionally to that, we want to save any end user time. So when we make changes that are important to Salesforce, we want to let everyone know and not force anyone to do copy and paste to those channels. So now that we can see that the stage has been changed here, we can go ahead and continue on with our process. One last thing I'll note is Centro is smart enough to know that this chat is tied directly to a opportunity. So if I add a file to this chat, Centro will prompt me and ask if I want to have that be uploaded to Salesforce. You can see that here. So if we want to get that information into Salesforce, we can, and we can continue on. Also see that the proposal price quote stage change has posted to the chat as well. Now that this opportunity has reached proposal price quote, I want to bring in my deal desk. And so my deal desk gets notified in a channel, letting me know that this opportunity has reached the deal desk, and I can now collaborate on that. So working within the thread, I can message, please approve the net 90 terms. And we can have a conversation around the deal desk pieces, specifically here with the deal desk folks. Additionally, I have some custom buttons that allow non-Salesforce users to make those changes directly to Salesforce records. So I'm going to go ahead and just change that to net 90, and I'll go ahead and move my status to complete. We can see all of those changes directly in Salesforce, as well as the threads and chats of those conversations. So if we move back to Salesforce and I give this a quick refresh, you'll see that we have both the chat and the thread linked in the live link component. So here's the chat and all those conversations that were happening on the Microsoft Teams side. And here's the deal desk thread of the terms and the approvals that were looking to be made. Again, this makes sure that the context of those conversations are linked directly where they need to be. Now let's move to a service use case around case swarming. So here I have a new case, and again you can see that live link component directly on the case record. And I'm going to kick off a case swarm by checking this checkbox of Start Swarm. Now this can be done with a button or through any automation that you desire. This is going to post this case to a channel within Microsoft Teams and have that channel be linked and bring in the engineers and other users that need to collaborate on this case. Here you can see on Live Link I have the record block as you would expect, and I can then message in here that we need help. And now let's take a look at it from the Microsoft Teams side. So here we have our case swarming channel, and we can see that that case 1098 was posted here. In addition, I have some quick edit functionality and also can request a new work order if required. In the replies, you can see the message that I posted from Salesforce, and I can respond. And similar to the opportunity chat, the context of this thread understands the case. So if I again upload a file, I'll get prompted to say that does this file need to go to the particular case associated above in this thread. Again, I have the quick edit functionality, so if I need to make changes to this case directly from Microsoft Teams, I can do that. On the Salesforce side, we can see all of those changes directly here, as well as if I make updates to the status, we can post those directly to the thread. Again, saving agents time and ensuring that they are not wasting effort by duplicating work. If they're going to update a case status, we want that to automatically go to the thread. In addition, we can capture all of that information that is happening in the thread in a Microsoft Teams transcript or in case comments depending on the customer's preference. That is an overview of how Centro manages case swarming with Microsoft Teams. Now let's move on to Agentforce. Centro integrates Agentforce into Microsoft Teams in several ways. The first is with our Agentforce tab. This is very similar to the approach they have in Salesforce, where we have a list of the agents we can interact with, and I can start asking questions within a chat or DM. So if I select the knowledge agent, you can see that it's going to create a chat, and I can then navigate to it. When I'm working in that chat, I can then ask questions that the knowledge agent would know answers to and receive responses. I can ask follow-up questions if I'm not getting the exact answer that I want, and the Agentforce agent knows the context of the previous question and will provide those answers. The next path to using Agentforce is through a sales agent. So again, if I take a look at my Agentforce tab, I can navigate to my sales agent where I can ask about my open opportunities and make updates to my opportunities if necessary. These employee agents understand the authentication of my user in Microsoft Teams and are only sending me things that I'm allowed to see in Salesforce, so that way I can't see any data that is not applicable to me. If I want to go ahead and make an update to these opportunities, I can do so. So if I want to go ahead and change this close date, I can do that as well. I'll receive a confirmation message from the Agentforce agent before any data is updated in Salesforce. Now, to help improve the adoption of Agentforce in Microsoft Teams, we've come up with 2 additional use cases where the agent is actually prompting the user rather than the user prompting the agent. So starting out with a data hygiene use case, similar to the one we just went through, but instead, in my chats, you can see that the Centro agent has sent me a message. So really quickly, they sent me a message letting me know that my opportunity for express logistics portable truck generators is in the past. So I can then prompt this agent to say, please update this opportunity to ensure that that is updated with the most accurate information. Additionally, when a new lead comes in, I can have my internet agent do the first handful of steps to do the research for that agent. So a new lead comes in and my sales agent is going to go ahead and send me some information about the company and the individual associated with that lead. This includes the sources associated to the information that it provides. This gives your BDRs a jump start on the research they need to do when an inbound lead comes in. This is a brief overview on how Centro works with Microsoft Teams, Agentforce, and Salesforce. Please reach out with any questions.